What's going on, everybody? It's me, Sloppy. What is up, man? Crazy stuff going on. You know, people arguing, people fighting every single day in my life. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, what's up, everybody? I'm back Monday. Hopefully, everybody had a good weekend. See, what's up, Blue Falcon Latios and News TV Reporter 7.0? But yeah, quick. Hopefully, it's a 1 hour one today. But like always, people want to join. Today, let's let's chat. Like I've been freaking behind the scenes dealing with a lot of people. So I was like, you know what? Today, let's keep it simple. Let's keep it chill. Kind of chill. I seen that static guy, Ethan Sharp, in the Goddess of Mischief's stream. Guy's an idiot. I would invite him to come in here, but knowing him, I feel like he's gonna just start saying some really weird stuff. He's another predator. That predator, alleged predator. Ethan, what's up? Yeah, it was most of the time mystical. Was cracking with you, sloppy. I was just chilling, man. I saw your video about Daniel saying the N word. I guess you could say. What's up, mystical? Saying the N word. I'm like, man, that guy says it like it's nothing. We know that guy's a racist. So that's why when I see it, I'm like, he's white, he's autistic, he's dumb, he's a conservative. Yeah, he's racist. What's up, Joey from DK Oldies? That guy sounds like fucking. What the hell does he have on his hand? Oh, it's a game, I think. Is it a dildo or what is that? I ain't gonna click on it. I don't know what it looks. It looks like a penis in that image. So I'm not gonna. I'm not going to post it. I'm not gonna do that shit. But what's up, Joey? I think I seen your shorts. I know it's not you, but I know I seen your shorts where you're selling games and stuff like that. Your real account. This one, I think, I'm pretty sure is an alt account. What is it? FDD and Leon? Yeah, we're on the street. He's back. He's back on the YouTube world. Um, there's not. I knew it was gonna happen eventually. There's nothing. He's banned from my store. Well, that sucks. Joey, I'm sure he was a big customer since he likes to buy a lot of video games for other men. So you might lose a couple $100. Man, Autumn is scared of me. Me personally, I don't have like I just think she's a weird girl. Autumn is just gets herself into situations where she blames her her action on other people, and yes, I actually ripped him off. We're on the street was that yeah that his games weren't working. uh, so Liam Peterborough decided to come back to YouTube. Yeah, and they all come back. Ryder, you seen Daniel Roth is back on YouTube. You see Leon back on YouTube. They can't live without being on YouTube, and that's the honest truth. These people can't be away from it because that's the only thing they have. They don't have real friends in real life. They don't have nothing. They're by themselves, so they have to go back to the internet world to at least grasp some of the old friends they have. Then again, that's a lot of people do that shit. Speaking of the group news, not sure if you saw. I'm not associating with Savannah. Was just trying to sort out one of the issues. Finally managed that. There's still plenty of issues with her. Yeah, I don't know much about her. All I know is that she uses kids in her shorts for some reason. She claims that's her adopted kid, but I don't know. I don't know. It's a very dicey situation. That Savannah girl. She came in here one time, claiming that she wasn't friends with Didi anymore and shit. But yeah, I don't. People have been telling me that she's very odd. I went to her channel and it did have images of babies in her shorts, and I'm like, why the fuck would she post images of babies in her shorts? It's kind of odd to me, but I don't. If it's her own child or her adopted child, then that's still very odd. But you can't do much about it. But if she's using other kids' images or videos and stuff like that, then that's that's some weird shit. Internet friends is fake. No, you can find friends on the internet, but you gotta be a little careful. We can't be just very open when it comes to these type of things. But yeah, and she threatened Inverto, who's still a minor, for another year. Yeah. These people don't care. Blue Falcon, what's up, Ultimate Gamer? These people don't care about these kids. That's why they say all these messed up things. That's why they send femboy corn to people. That Ethan guy that I was talking about, Ethan Sharp, he sent Inverto, a 17-year-old, corn, femboy corn. I guess it's a guy with a girl with a penis kind of thing. I think I don't know much about that shit, but femboy. It's some femboy stuff. And he sent it to Inverto, and I was like I saw Ethan in Inverto streams, and I'm like, ugh, nah, like even if he made a mistake, because he claims that Didi told him that Inverto was not, he was over the age of 18. Do you guys know Didi's credibility is shit? Why would a guy that keeps saying I'm 17, I'm 17, I'm 17, I'm 17? Why would he lie? Why would he lie about his age? And more so, why would they send, if he's claiming he's 17? Why would they even think of sending him femboy? I guess pornography. And then when they find out he's 17 for real, they're like, oh, well, I didn't know he was 17. Like, shut the fuck up. You knew he was 17. He kept saying he was 17. I don't know why. Like, for me, like, I told him on his stream that he shouldn't be showing his ID and stuff. I know he hid everything and he just put his birthday, but he doesn't have to prove anything to them, and that's the messed up part. That's the messed up part that they're making, because he wants to prove them, to be dumb and stuff. But my mindset is like, you never show IDs. You never show IDs, even if it's just your birthday, because you might, the numbers and stuff like that. You don't want to do that. But like I said, he's 17. He got sent femboy corn, and then he wanted to be his friend again. Like, to me, hell no. Like, if I was a minor and this guy sent me, femboy stuff or any pornographic images or videos or whatever, I'm cutting him off right there and then. I mean, because anytime he's angry at someone, he will do it again. That's the type of people these people are. They'll be your friends, but then when they're not your friends anymore, they'll do it again because they're not your friends. And hopefully, Verto's not his friend. But like I said, I don't associate myself with any person that is a pred. F that motherfuckers. Yeah, but my bad. I gotta read the internet is a strange place. Yep, true. I'm very protective of kids, so the threat was way too far. Yeah, it was. Yes, it's scary. Yes, Ethan is P3DO. Yes. What did I just walk into? Sloppy talking about femboys. Hey, you know we're gonna talk about some weird ass stuff sometimes on here, Nick. But well, welcome, Nick. Yep, news. Ethan is a psychopath. Yeah. And you can be anybody you want to be behind the computer. It's scary. Yeah, and that's why a lot of these people tend to use anime characters. They tend to use Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, all these characters because they're they look cute in their and kids' eyes. Oh, Sonic looks cute, or Yamcha, or all these other characters that are fucking online, and not knowing that it's like a 30-year-old weird looking person. Well, not even weird, just the mindset is of they want to get at these little kids, and these kids fall for it because the PFP looks amazing. And it happens quite often. And Ethan, the guy that I'm talking about, he sent his images to a minor. He sent images to a minor. He claims that he got catfish and that the girl was 15 or 14, something shit like that. He also has a friend. He also has a friend that extorted kids for their nudes. He extorted kids for their nudes, and I still haven't exactly know what exactly happened, but I guess Ethan, the guy that I'm talking about, he was friends with them, and then he stopped being friends with them, and then like a year later or two, he went back to being his friend. Kind of odd guy. I think if you really want to know who he is, I think Inverto has a stream about him, or I think Rev has a conversation with him where he freaks out, and he's a very, very, very odd guy. Um, he's very weird. But yeah, Didi was sending lady boy. No, not Didi. Some guy named Ethan. Ethan Sharp. He goes by Static. He goes by Galaxies, some shit like that. Predators change their names quite often. So today he's Galaxies. Tomorrow he's something else. These people change their names so often because of who they are. You know, let's see. Microbe is a chomo who watches cuties. Oh man, I don't even know why Netflix had that fucking show. It got all those predators to enjoy, that kind of stuff. And it's like, come on, man. Ethan is friends with Queen Aurora. I wouldn't doubt it. I'm telling you, Soviet predators find each other. They find each other and they want to be friends and they want to be together because if we all work together, we'll be all right. We're all predators, so we nothing could happen to us. So they hang out with each other. Ethan likes Ladyboy's family. Well, yeah, yeah. Well, he from what I've heard, he was infatuated with some guy named Bill Berry. Bill Berry didn't want nothing to do with him, and he freaked out and started, I guess, going crazy. Oh, that reminds me. How am I gonna have an open chat with not with fucking no link? All right, hold on. My bad. All right, let me put this right here. Yeah. So other news. Yeah, Leon is back. I guess, and he made a new channel. He's gonna ignore us because we already made him our bitch, so he's gonna ignore us, which is cool. I don't mind it. He's our bitch anyways. He could do whatever he wants as long as he's not calling out predators or us. If he's calling out us, then we'll talk some shit. I'm waiting for that. He's my bitch. Birds and local are very similar because both are delusional and never take responsibility. Yeah, well, of course. They're gonna blame everybody else over it. You know that. You've seen it. You've seen people Preds blame it on the kids. Preds blame it on the law. Preds saying if I am a predator, why am I not in jail? And that's the tip top excuse 99.9% of these people use. They always say if I'm not a predator, if I'm a predator, why am I not in jail? The logic is stupid. Look at P. Diddy. Look at R. Kelly. Look at all these people that years and years and years and years later they get caught. So I'm guessing years before they weren't P3DOs or they weren't I guess human traffickers or whatever, anything they get caught, right? Epstein wasn't a predator until he got caught, stuff like that, because the logic is stupid. The logic is stupid when someone says that. Let's not forget, Sloppy, that I did mention that you not long ago, Leon's associated with the known doctor like Cobra Commander. Oh yeah, Cobra's harmless. The Ultimate Gamer. We made him our bitch too. We found out where he lives, and he hides now. All these motherfuckers hide. All these people that we talk about, I give them the platform to come in to defend themselves, but they never come. They're always in hiding mode. They're always in the clouds. They're always talking in Discord calls. They're always hiding. I don't block nobody. Nobody's in my block list. Nobody is hidden. My mods know that if they come in, that they don't get blocked. The link is there. None of these motherfuckers will come in. They'll go on other people's streams where they feel they might be able to, say some shit, but they rarely come here. And I'm the nicest person compared to the other motherfuckers. The other motherfuckers are ruthless, But I'm more of the understanding person, and I guess they don't like. That's good to know. Yeah. That's Cobra, and all those individuals. They are just special ed people. They claim they were hackers. They claim they knew how to dox. They claim they were, they worked in the military. They claim all these nonsense, and then Zexio came in and got all their information. Easy peasy. Well, they gave it to us willingly. We didn't use any software. We didn't do anything. We just played with their shit. That we played with the emotions. Come on, Brian Absher, relax. What are you doing here? See, I'm telling you, the only predator, I know, I see you, Chain. The only predator or P3DO that has kind of little balls to go in the chat, and more because he doesn't know any better. He's special ed, so he's just there. He needs he wants attention because he goes to other predators to try to get it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
No, I was gonna say that a lot of people who took people like Cobra and them people like that seriously, I thought were fucking idiots because Cobra's a fucking moron. Like, it was just something like that. Like, some of these people I've seen or encountered with are they act all big and bad, and then they fucking get chopped down to size, or the fact is people are so afraid of them, and I'm thinking, what, you're afraid of that twerp?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's just stuff like that that just amazes me.
Yeah, and I always tell people, people tell me oh, they're scared of you. I'm like, no, I don't want nobody to be scared of me. I want to have simple, dialect conversations and all that. But I guess for some reason they say they're scared of me. But I'm like, nah, no one should be scared of me. No one should be afraid of what I say. Nobody should, say that, because I'm not. I'm a very reasonable person, but I do like to talk shit.
Yeah, it's just I don't understand with some of these people. It's like if I'm being honest, nobody should be afraid of anybody on the internet. Unless they literally go to your doorstep and fucking throw eggs or do something nefarious. Or they can hack into, I don't know, your fucking bank account and fucking steal your $2 that's in your account or something.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems like that. Simple stuff. It's okay, doxing, right? I've been doxed before. It's nothing that comes with the territory, because you could be the most PG YouTuber in the fucking world. You could be talking about kittens and rainbows all day long. Mm-hmm. You are still gonna have people that do that just for shits and giggles. Not that they
Yeah.
hate you, not that they have a real hate, just because they're bored.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Well, go ahead.
that's just something with these people. It's like, oh my god, I've this guy's doing this, or oh my god, I've been doxxed, this guy's harassing me, or this, that, third. It's like either A, don't ignore them, B, market them, like use them to your advantage. Because I've always said your biggest fans outside of your regular audience members, your biggest fan is you're gonna be your trolls.
Mm-hmm.
Tom, I haven't been
Yeah.
on stream. When was the last time I was on stream? Wait,
I
when
don't
was
know. Last open chat was 13 days ago, but I don't know if you did you come into my other ones.
I think the last one I went on was the one you had Jordan on.
Oh, okay then.
So, but like outside, I think the last stream I was on was like, what was it? Friday? That was like, was I on that stream? I think I
He's on
was.
a
Oh,
Cypress.
I was
He's
on
on
Wednesday.
a what do you call it? Promotion tour right now
Yeah,
in
promotion tour.
Cypress.
Well, see, I wasn't even coming in to promote, but now that you know, I'm kidding. Like now that you mention it, no, I'm kidding. But no, it's just like the idea that no, I did pop in the land stream last night. See, that's what I'm saying. Like this doesn't. What's the best way? I don't think about things after I do. Like I don't come in like I'm like, what stream was I on? Like that's how I remember the last stream I did. I think was with Jordan last week.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be on stream tomorrow. And after that, I think I won't be on any particular streams until probably the beginning of or next Wednesday. I won't say what because don't want to over promote.
Yeah, well, hey, you gotta promote. I don't promote shit, but like because I don't consider myself a content creator or a YouTuber. I just consider myself a regular illegal Mexican guy. Oh, I mean illegal weight Mexican guy.
Oh yeah, you got to add the overweight part.
Yeah, you gotta.
It's like I'm a you what do you call it? I'm a trash YouTuber, fat, saggy tits. I got a street hooker for a girlfriend, and what else? I live in a shitty ass apartment, so I don't think that too highly of myself.
Yeah, me neither. But yeah, yeah. So I guess another press back into the YouTube world. I guess doing something to do with
Leon?
Yeah. I figured he was gonna come back. I thought it was gonna be a little bit longer, but
I did too.
knowing these P3DOs and lolicon lovers, they tend to come back. They miss the internet world.
Well, hell, remember when I told you? I'm not calling him a pred or a lolly lover, but remember when I told you many months ago that Otaku was said if he doesn't get 10,000 subscribers by May, he was going to leave YouTube. Well, he did a video today, and I'm not going to talk really that much shit because he mentioned in his video that his cat passed away, and I'm an animal lover, so I don't like we have a good amount of cats around the apartment that my girl loves. I can't really talk shit about that. Rest in peace to his, I think he calls it otaku cat, but he openly said he acknowledged. I was hoping. I was like thinking. I was like, hopefully you'll acknowledge it and not just shove it. But then again, that's also what some people do. But he openly admitted that he's going to continue on, and in his words, YouTube needs it. That part can be questionable, but again, I do need my funny content to listen to sometimes at work every so often. That's like why, again, it's one of the reasons why I'm sad when Brian Absher leaves, comes and goes, and deletes his old channel because I don't have nothing to listen to. I can't get a good laugh. My girl and I were actually just watching the Toxic Avenger, the original movie, earlier. She never seen it, and I joked with her. I said, it's really fucked, especially the original is really fucked up. But I told her, I said, shit, we could actually get Brian Absher to do some good, or we could have him as a toxic Avenger.
Mm, yeah, no, you're crazy. Yeah, yeah. I don't mind. Like to me, he's a weirdo. He's a P3DO. Uh, if he's on the in the chat, then we will make fun of him. But besides that, like he's he's just a weird guy. Like it's
You're
odd.
referring
But
to Mr.
after,
Absher? Yeah.
yeah. He's regarded. He's very regarded, and it kind of makes me feel bad because he's very regarded, and it's
I'm like thinking, what do you mean? And I'm like, oh, I get what you mean. I
yeah,
know.
yeah, 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 yeah. I
Yeah,
don't.
yeah. Appease YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, I try to say the words, the correct words. When I'm intoxicated, I say some fucked up shit. But because I haven't done a drunk stream in a year, I'm trying to keep it normal because I didn't have to delete the stream and shit.
I think I remember that. It's like you and then who was? I think ITB did a stream where he was like basically like flat out like just drunk as shit. And I'm like that was like some funny shit to listen to. I don't even remember the last time I was drunk. I think it was like a drunk on stream. It had to be fuck. I think it was on Valentine's Day 2023. I think I was drunk. I was with a girl, so it wasn't like I was drunk because oh yeah, lonely on Valentine's Day. It was just like okay, that bar, and I just joined it for a few
Yeah.
minutes. I think the girl had to go to the restroom to refresh or whatever the fuck they say nowadays. Let's see. Let me see what Tom says. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, trolls are the most dedicated fans. It's a fact. They provide the most watch time. It's common knowledge. Every content creator who's anyone knows it. If you don't have haters, then you're doing something wrong. Exactly, Tom. Some people look down on how people play YouTube. I've been guilty of that. But after self-reflection, while I've been sick the last few days, I realized you can't lead everyone to water. And I hope you're doing better, Tom. By the way.
Nah, Cypress. Drink some. I don't know. I don't know what you have. Ibuprofen or electrolytes. Does he have COVID? Don't tell me he has COVID.
I don't think he does.
Okay. I was gonna be like,
He
God
wasn't.
damn, still COVID. COVID's still going on.
I don't know. Like I was gonna say, I don't. It's funny because nowadays I kind of just look at that as like it's kind of like just a thing of way of life. Like hell, we've had a measles outbreak here in Texas the last maybe month or two. Luckily, I haven't got. I never got any of my childhood diseases, so that was one good thing. Never got chicken pox. Never got measles. Whatever the other ones are.
Oh, strep throat. Oh, that's even worse. I hate.
Oh
Luckily,
yeah.
I don't get sick often. Every like 3 or 4 years, I get sick. But
Oh,
seeing
he had to
everybody else
correct
get sick.
himself. He said strap throat. So I
Yeah,
guess
yeah,
he got a strap on his mouth for too
yeah.
long.
Damn, kinky Cypress over there. Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
he somewhat. I guess when he was trying to put it the other way, he put it in the wrong way, and he got stuck
Yeah,
there.
the
I
microphone.
hate
He
when
put
that
it.
happens. I hate when that happens.
What's up, Larry Cahoot? But yeah, Cypress, you gotta be careful with those microphones, man. If you go in too deep, it might
Yeah,
mess you
as
up.
you see, the microphones he's got, they're big, so it's gonna
It's,
take an army to get it out of him.
yeah, it's not length, it's girth.
Oh, hey, Brian, cousin fucker, how's your mama? Tell her I
She's up.
said hello, or tell her I said hi.
She's in Michigan, right, with the ex husband or the ex
So
husband
I
or
think
cousin.
I think she's with Brian's mortal enemy, the Double Z TV. I think they're getting it on. I think he's trying to give her what she never had a right in the head kid.
Oh, poor
That's why I could say it.
yeah, Alabama man, Brian Absher. Tell your mom to go back to help you with the toilet and stuff, man. That shit is
Jesus
no bueno.
Christ.
No, Cypress.
You two should
None.
start a car to call two dildos. Oh, you would like that, wouldn't you, Tom?
Yeah, he was like double fisting for Cypress right there.
Yeah,
What did he
live.
mean?
Like he told me that his new studio is called Live from the Dildo Room. Let's see. I never knew it was upcoming. Yeah, and from what I've heard, like the reviews because it's been shown at some festivals. Um, I've heard it's really good, so I'm looking forward to it. It's I
For
was
sure.
always wondering how they were going to reboot that because the first movie, especially, is very very offensive, especially nowadays.
Come on, Brian. I thought you were gonna sue everybody. You try to do a privacy complaint on mine. Luckily, it didn't work because it's still available on my channel,
Plus,
motherfucker.
Brian, you did show your fucking like. Yes, I asked you to turn on your camera. You did that on your own accord.
Yeah, Brian. It didn't work this time.
It's not
Luckily,
my it's not my fault. You have no sense, so you decide to show your fucking. Like I told you, Brian.
to be crazy.
Regardless of your thoughts, you are still invited on the Outcast whenever because you know we'll have a segment for you. That reminds me, I need to reply back to Ultimate Gamer because he did mess me on Facebook. I've been meaning to reply back to him because again I'll have a section for him on the channel too, where he just talks about his day. Like yeah, it's gonna be called Jacob's Ladder, where Ultimate Gamer is gonna come on. Probably like, well, depend since he talks a lot, even more to me sometimes. Which is crazy to think about. I'm gonna He's gonna come on and he's gonna give his basically a rundown of how his day was. He's so fun though. That's the only like he is my guilty pleasure. My girl and I always enjoy hearing the crazy shit he says. I told her about the whole stream. I told her I said I'd show you what happened, but I want to make sure you haven't eaten yet.
Mhm. Yeah, that shit was disgusting. If you guys haven't seen it, I'm sure you guys have. One of I forgot what video it is where he shows his whole house and he shows his toilet. Yeah, it's not a very pleasant image. But if you really want to see After's MTV Cribs, you could go on it and see for yourself. It's an interesting situation.
Sloppy, do you mind if I react to it on the Outcast?
No, I'm gonna copyright strike your ass.
I
Nah,
always I always ask because like I have respect if it's somebody I don't know, I can't really ask, so it's kind of like taking a chance. But if it's somebody I know, I'm gonna be like, hey, can I use this?
no, anything I do on my channel, anything I say, anything I post, anything I do, anybody could use it. I don't
Okay.
copyright strike. I don't do none of that bullshit because
Yeah, I had a feeling. I just I always wanna just give that respect. Um, in that regard. Yeah. So yeah, we'll react to it because I'm sure people on the Network 3000 have not seen it, nor have even
Mhm,
people who watch on the House of Chain YouTube channel probably haven't seen it. So
mhm,
it is something that I think a lot of people be interested to see for comedy sake
for
purposes,
sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
for
For sure.
entertainment purposes.
Yeah, I don't mind anything I post on my channel is free for anybody to use. To critique, to compliment, whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't care if people don't like it or if they do like it. It's cool. I'm not. I don't get my feelings hurt if someone doesn't like what I do or what I say and shit like that. I'm just a normal person, and I'm open for constructive criticism at any time.
Oh yeah, I get you on that. Yeah, so we'll definitely because I'd be like, well, if I can't bring Mr. Rapture there, well, we can bring the party to the show one way or another. He'll be there in spirit.
For sure.
And then we'll see what happens. Let's see. Oh,
Mm.
he earlier he said, I'm not joining the Texas Nazi stream.
Mm. When you say
Fun
that,
fact, Brian, you
oh,
realize that it's not all Texans that are in that stream. I think the only Texan that's going to be in that stream is me. I do have a special guest lined up for that episode. After I think he gets off at 10, so probably after 10. So we will for sure go 4 hours. But
mm.
I've said that first episode is going to be a long one.
Yeah, 4 hours.
Probably more. We don't know. It's because like for the special episodes, I'm gonna have them not have a particular time limit, but for
Mhm.
like episode 2, I'm most likely gonna have it at like uh 7 to 10.
Mm.
It just depends. But like for like the special episodes of some we have planned, those will be the longer episodes. Um and like I wasn't planning on ending at 10 anyways, but since my guest won't be able to come till after 10, I was
Mhm.
like, yeah, I'll just wait. I'll just keep it going, find something to talk about in the meantime.
Yeah, that 4 hours is something to talk about. That's a long ass time, man. What happens if no one shows up? Like guests. Me personally, an hour of me talking, I feel like that's all I can do. And after an hour, I just scramble to say random ass shit. So for like to do a 4 hour stream, and if like no one joins the stream, to me, like fuck, I'm like after the like hour and 15 minutes, I'm like, yeah. So the weather outside, yeah. What do you think about the
I'll find
weather?
something to do. Like even if I have to go on my phone and just walk around just at the middle of the night, I'll do that just to keep the stream engaging. Even then, it's like what's another thing? Like with not with the streams, but like the reaction thing, like people reacting to your
Mm,
thing. So like that'll take me. That'll be like 30 minutes or an hour, however long
true.
that whole segment went. That'll be that there. If I get Matthew to, or if I can get Matthew, which is Ultimate Gamer, if I can get him in, then that will be with how he talks. I'll probably 30 minutes, and then so that's already an hour there, and then I see figure out, and then I will talk about some stuff that happened over the weekend. Probably as the opening of the show. I also have a little parody segment to do at the beginning as well. So
Mm-hmm.
like it's just going to be that along with um, reflecting on this past weekend. I won't get into it here, but you know what I'm referring to. Um,
Oh, um, uh, what happened yesterday? What was it? 2 days ago? Saturday?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Well, you can talk about it here. Like I said, it's open chat.
Yeah.
And well, before you start, uh, I want to say, I know who watches later on, who watches today, who watches in the clouds for the most part. Uh, I when it comes to people coming into my chat or to my live stream or my panel, I if it's open, anybody could talk about anything. I have had Matthew come in and talk about some random ass shit that I didn't know what he said, but I just agreed. I have other people come in and talk about what they feel, what they're thinking. Whoever comes in, if they want to talk about something, I'm all for it. I don't after a certain amount of time, if I already said my piece of what I had to say about the person or the topic, after that it could be whatever. It could be a little bit of drama. It could be talk about video games. It could talk about wrestling. It could talk about this, blah blah. I don't care. I give the open platform to whoever wants to join. And if they want to attack me, they could come and attack me. If they want to talk to me, they want to talk to me. But this channel, when it's open chat, it's about anything. I don't censor nobody when it comes to shit like that. Like if the people that don't like you change comes in and want to talk shit, they're more than welcome to do it because they came in and stuff like that. Like you come in,
Oh yeah.
you want to say, I'm okay with it because at the end of the day, if the person wants to come in to defend themselves, they could easily come in. I'm not gonna be like, nah, fuck that, because you're here, he can't be here, stuff like that. Nah, like if you're man enough to talk on a stream where people might see what you say, then you gotta be man enough to allow the other person to defend themselves. That's just me. All right, there you go. Okay.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. Like like friend, foe, or indifferent. And plus, at the end of the day, it's at the person who's running the stream's discretion. And I always say, if I could, if I talk the same way I would talk on stream with nobody listening or nobody on
No.
the panel than I would people who are actually in the stream with me. I'll give an abbreviated version because I'll go more into detail on
Yeah.
Wednesday. So yeah, basically, who or yeah, the dipshit, the what's his name, uh, like my OCD's kicking, my obsessive compulsive disorder that's kicking in. So I can't think. I was focusing more on my girl's booty before I got on the stream. So I was kind of the name escapes me for a moment. Um, the person who chases people away or chase Ulysses. Oh yeah, there he is. I had to think of the word useless, and then it kind of came back into mind. No, like which I expected. I expected a stream to happen, and some old videos were showing one old and I think one new. Um, and like the old one, it was funny because I'm like thinking, yeah, I watched it and I'm like cringing at myself thinking, yeah, I was on the best mind state at that time. Like I'm just listening to it and I'm just like, all right, that's cringy.
Mhm.
It wasn't like I was like, okay, thank goodness I don't get that angry as easily anymore. And shit, I don't even take medication. I've openly admitted that. I'm not
Question,
good.
question on that, because you say you saw yourself, right? You saw the old video, whatever. You looking outside looking in. What did you like? If you were not him, the person in that video, what would you think of that person?
Well, I would think that person had well, without knowing the context. So I wouldn't know the context of the person's mental state, right? It would just be a complete stranger. I'm just watching as an outsider,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's like me watching the video. Like the first, like not knowing who you are, not knowing what's going on. I just saw that video. What would you have thought of that about that person?
Well, I would have said, the guy has anger issues at the time, or he's very hostile to certain people. Like I would be like, okay, looking at it from a perspective of how I would have handled it now. Like if I was that person, right? Um, you know, like I guess my thing is I would be like, I guess the best way I could describe it is that guy needed someone to talk to, and I feel like his pride kept him from fucking reaching out for that help, whether it's just a friend to talk to or something like that. So it was just the minds like how I would look at it as like the guy just came out very volatile, very aggressive, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just something that, that it's like, okay, the guy clearly is going through something.
Mm-hmm.
But if I didn't know the context of the situation, and part of me would be like, dude, like again, if it's a complete stranger, do I really care to invest in it? Is it just going to be cheap entertainment for me? Because probably if it was like anybody, like if that guy's a complete stranger, I'll take it in the example of Brian Absher. I'd
Mm-hmm.
probably laugh at it, you know, probably laugh at everything. But again, going with the idea of knowing that person at the time's mental state and
Mm-hmm.
going at what that person was going through, it was something that I can relate to, even as a like so. It is something that it is cringy to watch, but the reason I bring that up, oh shit, it's still raining. Damn it! Every time. It's
I say,
Texas
I say,
weather.
I asked this mainly more because me personally, I'm a person outside looking in on both of you guys, you and Chase, and like I see the stuff that you guys have done in the past, I guess you could say, and I see it, I compare it, I'm like, it's pretty much the same shit. Like they both said some fucked up shit. They have I've been in fucked up situations. In my mind, I'm like, why are they fighting each other? They both like have had similar situations going on between each other. Like you can't call him this because then he could call you this. You call him this, he's gonna call you that. And I guess that's why to me when I look at you guys, I'm just like, they're just picking on the negative stuff about each other, and it's never gonna end because of that because they both want to be proven correct and make the other person. Well, he did this. Oh, well, he did that. Well, he
Yeah,
did. This is worse, and this is worse. And it's like, they're all worse, but as long as you guys improved yourself, I think that's the best main thing. Like if he lied about whatever his shit back in the day, but he doesn't do it anymore, then he learned from it. But if he didn't, then of course, then yeah, you can call it out. But same thing as you back then, you would say some fucked up shit. If you still do it now, then yeah, you didn't change either.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I guess that was also something I was going to get to
But
was the like to prove. One second.
no, I get that one, Cypher. That one was a very interesting one to me. More, and I also kind of fault well, I guess I could say the girl for not. Well, like, why is she bringing in a dude that she barely knows to her own home? You know, like I don't know.
Yeah, especially when you have like kids, like okay, like again, like if I okay, for example, if I hypothetically speak, if I have my daughter with me, right, any girl that I would be like entertaining, even like as a maybe a possible relationship, I would need to know them a good amount of time and know a lot about them before I let them in. It's like my girl with me when like she knows everything. I've told her stuff regarding my YouTube side. I've told her stuff about my personal life, my mistakes, yada yada yada. I've told her about it. She knows like everything. And she's one of the very few that I've actually done that to, not because I didn't trust any of them or I was hiding something, because we didn't get that far. We didn't get that far to where I felt comfortable where I could unload certain things
Mhm.
uh, to to um, to like that person. It's like even going back as far as like back in the day, even before 2021, I told Tom, I told Dan, I told like Lennon even knew about the shit that I was dealing with, like the fucking uh personal matters with my ex, because literally when she was trying to put me in jail, Lennon and our friend Nihar were they were the first two people I saw after I got out. Literally went to the mall with them and ate, and we got Chinese. Funny enough, that place ain't even around anymore. A lot of shit at the food. There's not even a food court down there anymore at the mall I go to. But my point is that, you know, that's why like some people like Lennon, for example, even back then didn't leave my side, because he just knew that there was a lot of stuff going on that even I just, but I always said my biggest mistake was not reaching out to people, people I consider friends, and trying to ask or just for help or guidance. I was like, and all that. My point, like I always said that, like the point of showing the old videos, which mind you, I love how posting them makes it look like I think about things all the time. Like it's like the videos were all already on the channel, just ready to premiere. Like that, like I was telling somebody this the other day. I said, you know how much I spent time on Ulysses in terms of outside of the one stream I did. If we're talking about just the videos, um, I spent a whole probably with being in the chat, with sharing the stuff, with setting them up, and the one video I had to download and edit because it was 8 hours. I had to cut it up into 4 hours because half of it was not what I not that like, and that video is still up so people can watch the full unedited version. But it was just the idea that they they were to like, or that took a few minutes, but I spent probably a grand total of 20 minutes for the whole week just doing all, and most of that was just editing. So the whole point of showing those, like he could not be lying and going to and moving across state lines, or he may not be able to be a little aggressive on women. I don't know that. I still believe if you attempt to do something with a woman, you are the R word, and I'm not talking about the special ed version. Um, and I always say once a R word is always an R word. That's just my mentality on things. It's just like, like I don't like it's like if an ex, but or chick I'm dating tells me that her dude, like her ex, tried to be forceful on her and all that, but she was still friends with him afterwards, and she wanted me to go meet him or like us to hang out. I would tell her, I'm not going to fucking be like I will be there basically as kind of like a bodyguard. Like I will never control you to not go and meet people, but I don't respect that person. And I would openly, I think I did this once where I told this one chick, and I told her, I'll go with you. I'm just gonna sit there, smoke my cigarette. If he wants to come talk to me, then that's why I'm gonna be a dick. I said, if he comes up to me, he says, "Hey, I'm so and so," extends his hand, I'm gonna be like, "Speak when spoken to," and because I don't want to shake hands of someone who's like that. So my point is, he may not be any of those things anymore. Even though, again, going back to the R word thing, I like once that person, always that person. However, it's like the whole thing about can credits be changed, or what was the name of your stream that was asking that question?
Blah, 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 blah. Let me check. I don't remember. I got so many.
Okay.
I got so many. Let's see. Should civilians protecting preds admitting randomness, late night. Where's it at? Did I delete it? No, I don't. Protecting pred. No, should civilians expose preds? I think that's the one I call that was talking about. But there's no other one that's. Yes.
Yeah.
Should
So,
civilians.
like, my point is, it wasn't to show, I guess, those things, right? Because again, like with the line about going all the way again, still fucked up, but hey, what is what is. That wasn't the whole point of everything. The whole point was to show there has been no evolution on his mental state, and what I mean by that is his anger. Last time, and Sloppy can correct me if I'm wrong on this.
You're wrong. All right, go ahead.
Last time I got angry, like where I cursed somebody out, I'm talking like yelling, was that one time on that one stream with that one troll that lives in his bed. That was like the last time I got I went vicious, if you will, without keeping my anger in check. That was what, 2 years or almost 2 years ago, if I'm remembering correctly. I can't remember because it's been a while. My point
Yeah.
is though, is that what's the word I'm looking for? It's to show that throughout the last 5 or 6 years, because that one video where him and Sean, I'm referring to Ulysses, him and Sean were about to get into it, and then his Ulysses' ex basically bitched him out, threatened to kick him out if he did that. That was hilarious. That's why I had to clip in, make a short out of it. I thought the R word comment was a little too easy, so I found that, and I thought that was hilarious. And again, screen recorded. Fucking took the picture I have of the credibility thing, put it in there. Took me less than 2 minutes. So, anywho, it was a show that the threats of violence, of death towards people, those things have been going on for the last 5-6 years, whatnot, and that has been, that hasn't changed. So, if we're looking at from that point of view, that was proven that the anger has not been subsided. As far as that whole video, what it showed? It showed I was not in the best mental state at the time. I was very cringy, if I'm being perfectly honest. It's funny to listen to it now with my more mellow and chill mindset now. And yeah, like none of that bothered me. Like the whole thing. The only thing that did bother me, and I did get it proven a few days later, was how he was trying to take advantage of Lennon. And he got Lennon to come on, and I knew what he was trying to do. He was trying to get him to say that, oh, I wasn't this horrible person, because he doesn't care about Lennon. He cares about himself. He cares about his squeaky clean. That's debatable, but he cares about his images or his image. Excuse me. And as soon as he got what he wanted, he dumped him aside. That's exactly what he tried to do. I'm proud of Lennon for bitching him out in a message, which I did post on the community tab, which Lennon was made fully aware of. That was the only part because, again, that's probably why he blocked me from coming in because he knew that, like, if I was there with Lennon, he knew he couldn't do that
Hmm. Yeah, but I
because
think Lennon wanted to come in by himself. From what I saw, Lennon's the one that said to send him the link.
yeah, he sent me
I
the
don't
link.
know.
He sent me the link to the stream.
No,
That's
no, no,
that's
no, no. Lennon was in the chat and asked, I guess, Chase for the stream. So I don't think
oh yeah.
Chase asked them to come in. I think Lennon wanted to come in to mend their friendship, I guess. And then after that, I don't know what happened. I was in and out of that stream because I was
Yeah,
drinking that night. And when I drink, I don't like watching streams too often. So I'll go in and out of that shit. But I do understand. But I also understand Chase's situation. You know, like you guys. For what my question is why all those videos? What did he say or do that started all these videos? Because from what I see, maybe he just called you a name and that's why you brought all those videos out. But I could be out of the loop behind the scenes of what's going on. But from what I see in the open, I just see him maybe say one or two things about you, and then you bombard him with videos.
it was more so the idea because again, it's like when he tried to low key dox me through in at the beginning, which he says he claimed he had no idea of. Again, going to the liar aspect, but it was the idea that he like I guess he wants to be shown. It goes back to the whole proven right thing. He wants to be shown as this swell guy, this nice guy, when in fact, and I know this because not only I've met the motherfucker in person, which I do regret. Um, again, I really only met him out of respect for Lennon when they were friends. If I had it my way, I would have never had anything to do with it outside of our little banters on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
It was just the idea that again, he still thinks that he is either the victim or he thinks he is, I guess, the hero of the story. And funny enough, that's some of my favorite villain arcs is when they think they're the hero of the story. But, and I've openly admitted, I'm no saint. I'm not a fucking angel. I don't consider myself the hero of the story. If anything, I'm the anti-hero of the story. And it was more so to show, like, people who don't know who he really is. Like, he's tried before to show old stuff of mine and all this other stuff. And people who are not privy to the old knowledge, they listen to it as a outsider. And I've gotten messages about this. They literally say, "This is just baby mama drama. This was affecting you mentally, and you just did some stupid shit." Well, yeah, that's basically what happened. You know, uh, it was just like with him, people see this and they're just shocked.
Mm-hmm.
And these are outsiders, kind of like how you looked at from how you
Yeah,
said
yeah.
earlier. And some of these, hell, even people that used to be cool, like used to be, and he doesn't, I don't think he fully, or he hates Ulysses, but like, like Tom didn't know about some of that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Like to me, I feel because these videos that you guys have been showing you and Chase are years from the past, right? I look at them and I'm like, okay, yeah, he fucked up. He said some fucked up shit. Chase was in a situation that most likely messed up. Uh, let's see how he's doing now. Let's see how Chase is doing now. Let's see how Chase is doing now. If they improved themselves and they did a 180, then those videos are kind of for me null and void when it comes to me what I think about you guys. That's why
Yeah.
like me, I don't think Chase is a bad person. I don't think you're a bad person. But you know those videos in the past. If I would have been in that time frame, if I would have seen those videos at the same time that they were made, Of course, I would have been a little bit more biased when it was like, oh no, these motherfuckers are fucking crazy. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Like, why
no,
would
I
you do
get
this?
that.
Why would you do that? But now that it's been what 3 4 years, in my mind, I'm like, all right, let me see how they are now. If they're the same person, then yeah, they never change. But if they're different, then they improve themselves from what they were before.
Yeah, and also just the other thing that's always bothered me, and that's like why for the longest time I've handled the stuff against him by myself. I've not needed to phone a friend. I don't need to get somebody to share a screen. I don't need anybody to fucking do that. I've done everything with on my own. Now with everything, like I decide because there are a few people that are fucking that have had some anger towards him that have been what's the word I'm looking for? Either they just decide not to say anything, but they realize that they can't hold it in no longer. They need to speak
Mm-hmm.
up about it. And it's just something that, like, again, the whole idea of the outcast also is to make basically this whole situation into a complete comedy show.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's not something where, like I've even said, anything I do going forward regarding the outcast, regarding him, is going to be for comedy, not really like how the last episode was. However, I am given the floor, and this also goes to anybody else. If anybody has a problem with me or have a problem with somebody in the stream,
Mm-hmm.
they have. It's kind of like what you said, Sloppy, earlier, because that's how the outcast used to be. They could come in, and if they want to yell at each other, hey, that's good content. You
Mm-hmm.
know, if they want to patch things up, that's good content. It's all about like the content. Like, like if I can make a mockery out of somebody in while doing that, then that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so that was like my main and again, I have more of a bone to pick with this person because of the fact of how he portrays the tough guy persona, the bully persona, where again he
Mm-hmm.
talks shit about people, whether it's Mason, Lennon, Jordan, whoever else.
I'm
And
guessing. I'm guessing because from what I'm getting is because Mason, Lennon, Jordan, and them. You feel like they're not more as outspoken as you are. That you're kind of their shield. That's what I'm getting a little bit
that's
from what
another
you're
that's another
saying.
thing. And I'm not saying like okay, like for Jordan, it takes a lot for Jordan to fucking speak up anymore. Not because he doesn't want to, but because he used to be like that where he would do it a lot more. Back in the day, he would make streams if ever somebody talked shit about him. So it's not like Jordan wouldn't do it. It's just the idea that, but if he has the opportunity to do so, and again, and I'll make this perfectly clear, and Jordan can attest this. I think he even said this in the stream. I did not ask him to be on the stream. I did not coerce him into being in the stream. I like, I think I did tell him I was going to show screenshots of the conversations, but
Mm-hmm.
outside of that, if he wanted, like, anybody could come on and give their voice of the matter, whether that's
Mm-hmm.
friend, foe, or whoever. It doesn't matter who. And
Yeah.
so the idea is that like some of these people, like they may not want to speak up or they hold it in and all, and that's understandable. Someone's holding it is not the best way of
Mm-hmm.
handling situations. Trust me, as someone from experience knows this. But it's just the idea that, you know, I do not like when people who have that bully or tough guy complex who's not really tough wants to act like he could just pick on people.
Mm-hmm.
And I may not be the biggest motherfucker in the world, but I'm not gonna let like even when I make jokes like at Dave or something, he
Mm-hmm.
knows more than anything that I mean no harm with him. And he's trust me, he's even Tom can attest this, he's even told he will even voice his opinion if something goes too far. You know, and I don't like people like that getting picked on by somebody who is fucking not the big tough guy who he says he
Mm-hmm.
is. And also, like, he complains about me talking about his friends, but again, goes back to the whole being right thing. My quarry is with him and him alone. If he could easily just talk shit about um his me and my appearance or whatever else he likes to talk about, that's fine. I don't care.
Mhm.
But it's just the fact that he always has to bring somebody in to prove a point. And he's had to, again, going back to having issues. He did this many years ago. Actually, not even many. I think it was 2023. It was a CTV stream where he him and another guy were having issues on a previous stream. So he brought this issues to that stream. Now, granted, that stream is usually where chaos happens. So again, I'm not going to critique that for that reason. Then
Mhm.
it went from that to him to Chase showing an old clip of a fight between, and I'll say this guy's name, Dark Horse, and another guy. Will not say his name because he's not on YouTube anymore. And it caused a ruffle effect, and where he was cursing out both of them, and they were simply asking him, why do you need other people's voices to fight your battles? And at the end, and I'll quote this, I won't say I won't go into detail who the person is, but he's like, I'm nothing like you, bleep. And then he called him fat pig. And then he says, I'm more saying I'm un-American. I'm more American than you or your piece of shit kids. Fuck you. Those are
Mhm.
his quote. That was his quote. And that was 2 years ago.
Mhm.
Again, I wouldn't share that because I don't know if ZTV would copyright claim it. And of course, me and him are now on the best of terms. So
Mhm.
therefore, now I know he was in that stream. He played basically the the servant to
Mhm.
Ulysses to play the videos because he couldn't do it himself. And hey, you want to play that part? That's fine. But what was I going to say?
Mhm.
It's just stuff like that where, and the more American line he put was because that same person in that 4 hour stream talked about, made jokes about him not having his birth certificate, so he called him an illegal alien, which I thought
You
was
guys saw
funny
that part.
because again, it's like he doesn't have his ID or his birth certificate or his social. So like, how do we know you're American citizen? Like, it was just something I thought was funny.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny, but
Yeah,
he
that's
took it too
something.
hard.
Yeah, and to respond to Cypress because he's been writing and we haven't been responding to people.
I know I
He
need
is going to
to. I need
respond
to.
to
I'm
you.
sorry. I'm sorry. Like I know I
Yeah,
usually try to respond to everybody.
yeah. I try to respond to everybody that's write something, but yeah, s- yeah, Cypress. I know. I know. I'm sure you and Dan have told Tannen to not to respond, but I guess we'll change his own person. And like you said, it's gonna go one way, entertainment, or is this gonna be drama? And like I've told Tatum before, I'm like, hey, I don't have nothing against none of you guys. You guys seem like you guys had issues back in the day, but if you guys keep going at it, then it's just more entertainment for the viewers. People that watch you guys because you guys they know that you guys don't like each other, so you guys might throw jabs at each other. It's for us, it's entertainment. We don't take it too serious because um, from what I've seen in previous years, people accuse each other of this. They say they're gonna do this and that. Never happens. So in my mind, I'm like, it's just another drama show on the YouTube world. And as a viewer, I have my popcorn ready, and I tried not to take it serious or not intervene because it's not my shit. But if someone's in the chat or in the stream that wants to talk about it, then I'm all for it. But I'm going to give him my unbiased response when it comes to what he says. Like if Chain says something that I don't like, I'm going to let him know that I don't agree with that. That's not true. That's not right. And the same thing with anybody else because I'm not the type that is going to just agree with one person. F that
Yeah,
shit.
you've always been fair. That's one thing I've always said about you. You've given criticism to me or constructive criticism, and you've given constructive criticism to other people. So I never take what you say like as, oh yeah, you're siding with them. Like anybody who, and this goes back to the whole situation with Ulysses blocking Lenin, right? Well, he didn't block him. He just told me he's not gonna. Lenin was the one to basically tell him to block him. But it's the idea that I told Leia this behind the scenes. I told him this after that after that stream. I told him, you know my thoughts on
Mhm.
Ulysses. You know what I think of him, and you know like my outlook on him. However, you know, I'm not going to tell you who you can't or can't be friends with. That's not the type of person I am. Like in a perfect world, could some of these people just be in their own little bubble and be away from the community? Yes, but we're not in a perfect world, and I'm sure a lot of people think that way in some cases. It's like, okay, for example, Jordan's friends with somebody, and he knows this I don't like.
Never.
You know,
Mhm.
I never tell him you gotta cut ties with him. You gotta do whatever. Same thing with
Mhm.
Arthur. When Arthur was going to meet Ulysses, like, and I know Arthur was pissed about that being drug into this, and that's again, I like my only thing is what I told Arthur. I told Arthur to be careful. Don't make him do anything you don't want to do. That was it. And it wasn't like I wasn't trying to tell you shouldn't meet him or blah blah blah. I just told him be careful. That's it. I would tell anybody that if it was anybody that I had a bad feeling about. It doesn't just pertain to Ulysses. You know, it's just something that um it's just something that I do as a friend. Now, now as
Mhm.
and to me, I feel like if they like, I'm sure they would feel that way. Like I have people who I have people who I'm friends with that don't like other people I'm friends with, and that's fine. They don't even tell me, and I don't, and they know that I'm not like they know I'm not going to cut ties. They would never ask me to do that, and I know that they are not going to tell me that. So it's
Mhm.
just, and it's just, and I'm not the person that's going to tell them, hey, since I'm friends with both of y'all gotta make up. I'm not like again, if y'all don't like each other, just don't get me involved. That's grown up shit.
Mhm.
But in this case, with some people that are not constantly like again, Mason does not come on here and talk shit left, right, and center. Slick Link doesn't talk shit left, right, center. The most he's talked shit was in the comment section of a screenshot I posted from the thing, and that was it. That's probably going to be the only time that he's going to reference that going forward. And it's just the idea that some of these people, are sick and tired of the shit, and I'm willing to give them full. And I'll say this: whenever that special guest comes on, I don't care if there's 10 people in the stream. I'm removing every single one of them and letting him be able to say what he needs to say. I'm going to mute myself and let him voice what he needs to say. I will talk when he wants to ask me a question
Mhm.
or needs something like, I don't know, if I need to highlight a comment or something. Because I want to make sure he gets everything out that he wants to get. And I guarantee you, after that, you're probably not going to hear from him again talking about the situation. Like with certain people, like again, with my situation, we live near each other. It's a thing where, and again, he apparently knows where I live, but he won't won't do shit or won't do anything unless he has backup. That's just his MO. So it's just the idea that he's doing that. And then I came to the conclusion, I've been diving into this. Why don't I market this and make not a profit off of it, but like make like entertainment out of it? And that's something like him making the stream was like it was exactly what I wanted. He fell for the trap. Like that was the only like again the point of showing old video and all that. That's just again it just proved my point and proved the point of
Mhm.
falling for the trap.
But Shane, he could do. He could say have the same logic as you, right? If he posted the numerous amount of videos about you, and you responded, would it be the same thing? Oh, he fell for my trap because he responded to me. So
Fair point.
it could
Fair
go
point.
both ways when it comes to
Yeah.
these type of
No, I
situations.
get that.
That's why I always say that these you did this, but you did that, but you did this, but you did that. You guys could forever be disputing situation.
Oh, elaborate, Tom.
Yeah,
Wanna?
elaborate, Tom. Come on,
I know he can't
Cypress.
come in because he's not feeling well. So
I want to hear you talk with your
didn't
mouth
didn't,
with
didn't have
penis in
someone
your mouth.
running defense.
What do you
Are
mean?
you referring to having ZTB on to basically help him?
Oh, having. Oh, I'm guessing the difference between you and Chase is that he needs someone to say yes, that happened, yes, that, or what? What do you mean, Cypress?
Like I could use the same logic, and some people could say I'm doing that with my special guest that's going to be on, but it's just the idea that you know, like this person ain't a yet, and trust me, I like his reasoning is completely really the reasoning of why he doesn't like this person, and in fact,
Mm-hmm.
actually, he openly admits he hates this person.
Mm.
It has nothing
Yeah.
to do with me directly. It has something to do with something else that
Mm-hmm.
happened. So
Yeah.
it's not even fully pertaining to me.
Yeah.
As
So
an
Cypress.
example,
Yeah. So Cypress. He, like I said, it goes both ways because he, Chingan is going to bring a special guest. I don't know who it is. I don't know anything about it. And that guy's gonna, I guess most likely talk smack about Chase. Same thing with Chase bringing in, I guess, the ZTV. In your eyes, he needed backup. So it goes, like I said, it goes both ways when it comes to these things because people have a lot of shit to say because they don't know each other for 5, 6, 7 years. I don't know how long you guys know each other, but so you guys have a lot of ammo to keep this going for many more, I guess, years, baby. I don't know.
I don't like honestly. I don't like like that. That is something that I feel like because as far as like any old videos, I have nothing else to use for that thing, and I'm not really going deep into looking. Like if I have a feeling somebody may have old stuff, I may ask. But other than that, I don't go like I'm not going to search bar his thing and try. Plus, a lot of videos of his have been deleted. Same thing with like let's say Arthur or other people who had previous channels or something like that. So it's a
Mhm.
little more difficult unless people save them. Um, now, regarding what Tom said, let's see. Well, your special guest has met Chase. That's more logical. The other person is a power play. I'm assuming the other person he's referred to regarding Chase is DTB.
Well,
Um,
but then again, Cypress, they know you guys have known each other for many, many, many years. So you
well, I
guys
think he's
talk to.
referring to meeting him in person. I think that's what he's referring to. So
So
it's
you
not
know.
really like that's the only hint I'll give is this person actually has interacted with Ulysses in person, not just
Mm,
online. I
no.
guess that's the best way without giving too much away. You may be able to take a guess, but again, that will be revealed on the 14th. But that person has had direct contact with Ulysses in
Mhm.
person.
Yeah.
It is different from the sense that ZTB and Chase, yeah, they may know each other for 4 years online, but if you like, you don't really, again, you like sloppy. For all I know, you could be a white man behind that camera. You know,
I am a white man.
well,
You didn't know
you
that?
could. Oh, well, you're black and white. The cat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My
Wait, you don't
point. My
see me?
point.
I'm a
My
mix.
point. My point is that it's different. It's different in that regard because of the fact that it would be like okay, for example, like yes, Jordan coming and giving his opinion. He can only give it from basically messages he's received and all this. Not really anything that he has experienced in person from this man. And I'm using the term man loosely. Um, and in regards to me, or in regards to the special guest, he has interacted with him many times. So it's just the idea that this person has more to say than I think anybody else would. Like if ZTV or Bio or whoever else come in, they all have now you could use the same logic with me that these all but he was at one point one of Ulysses' friends, so it wasn't
Mhm.
like he's like, oh, I hate you just because of I was still cool with Ulysses when him and this person had a falling out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just the idea that, this person has more, I guess, to give in terms of an opinion. And everybody's entitled to their opinion, but this person has more of a on on hands experience,
Mm-hmm.
in depth experience, I guess I would say. And and again, it's going to be something that I think people are going to see, and they're going to
Well,
fucking.
my main question is, what is this? What do you gain from it at the end? After just like the pure joy of giving him another kick, or what like that? Like that's why I'm trying to understand sometimes. Between like even Chase, even, whoever talks shit about people, in my mind is like, what's the end game? Like what's your like? Are you gonna just leave the internet or world? The stream that night. Like okay, after that, what's gonna happen now? After I bring this guest, he says whatever he has to say, and then the stream ends. What's like at the end, the next morning, or right when you click end stream? What are you going to feel? What's going to happen? Because it's not a positive thing you're doing. You're going to throw some negativity to on the stream on live. So are you releasing that negativity, or what's the, like I said, what's the end game
I
when it
guess
comes
I
to
guess
after?
releasing negativity, I guess you could say, um, because whenever I end a stream, like either I usually go game, I go to bed, I prepare for the next day, like I don't even really anymore go and check, oh, how many people watched it or how many people liked it, what are the
Mm-hmm.
comments saying. It's like what I said, I think, to a friend of mine, that I said, the only thing that this is probably not, like, the only thing that's not going to be the change of everything, of all this. It's
Mm-hmm.
like the stream that happened the other day. I woke up, I got no hate comments, I got no hate mail, I didn't get eggs thrown at me, my window wasn't
Mm-hmm.
broken. I had no friends of mine were like, "Oh wow, I'm going to cut ties with you after what I saw last night." So
Mm-hmm.
as far as like turning people against one another, that's not going to work, because it's like you have your loyalists. I'm not like saying that they blindly worship you, like somebody else that we know, but it's like nobody's gonna, like, I wake up and not, it's like literally I woke up the following day after that stream, and it was Sunday. Got up, got ready for work, went to work, and did my
Mm-hmm.
thing. You know, it was not, oh my God, all this negativity that I'm seeing on the internet is just completely overwhelming me. And same thing with the stream I did last week. I what what did I do that day after I ended the stream? I ended the stream. I went to go and game and went to bed. It's not something that I think about right after, or I think of any
Mm-hmm.
ramifications, because in this day and age, it's the internet. Like, the only people that are going to be bothered are the people that get in their feelings, and it's just something that really doesn't, like, I don't feel that way. Like, I wasn't watching the stream and just crying or getting all mad or anything like that. It was just something that, like, again, I was with how Lennon was being treated. That was like the only thing, because I knew that was going to happen. But Lennon's a grown man. I can't tell him what to do. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just the idea that outside of that, it was just nothing. It was just any other day.
Mm-hmm.
With stream I did, just any other day. This stream, just any other day. Um, it's not something that even the premieres I made,
Mm-hmm.
I set them for premiere, commented a little bit, and went to go see my mom. And I had a wonderful time with my mom.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. That was like it was just quick, easy, and I just continued doing my thing.
Mm-hmm. Like to be honest, like for me, when I do my streams, I'm like I said, I'm always transparent. What I do, what I say. Every stream I make, every when I talk about Predator or these type of streams that we're doing right now, after my streams, I kind of like mellow down and think about, was that a good thing? Was it are people like, if it's a Predator stream? Is there someone that knows them that's being able that are able to get on more and stuff like that? Like I do think after the stream about the stuff I said in the stream, the stuff that people said in the stream. I do think about it for maybe another hour or two after the stream. I still contemplate about the things that I have said in here. So if like I'm not saying that you might think be like that, but me, I think about what I streamed the minutes after I made the stream. So like for you to say that you just go and go play video games, for me it's hard to believe because you're more into this online stuff than I am. That you might think about, did I say it correctly? Did I prove it correctly? Did I prove him right? Did I whoop his ass in that commentary? Did I do this? Because it's common or it's natural for someone to think about what they said in a certain situation. That's just me. Like I said,
No,
I
I
think
get
about it.
that. I get that, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like I'll admit, I used to be like that. Like I when and when like the hardest thing I had to do was separate the stream or my whatever I do, and all that. Like if it's something I'm like super passionate about, like okay, for example, doing the popcorn panel, that I may be like thinking about later on because I may be thinking, oh shit, I forgot to bring this up, like a topic that I thought about, or um, there was a quote from the movie that I forgot to bring up or something. Because that type of stuff I'm passionate about. It's something that I like to put in my like, and I also like the popcorn panel because of the fact that I like how I've put the outcast and the popcorn because the popcorn can be just that kind of like that stabilizer for me the day
Mhm.
prior to where I can just focus 100% on on outside my girl and everything, my main passion, which is movies. And I can do that and then kind of get ready for the next day. Even when Tom can attest this, with Tom and me, when we did the Outcast, we really just planned the day of. We may have had ideas, but we planned the day of, and then it was on to the next episode. We didn't really, if there was something that we really needed to maybe fix, it would have to be very severe. Like we did a WandaVision episode that we liked doing, but it got shit views. So we kind of decided not to do that anymore. So that was like an example. But I was going back then. Like I have I guess a game like different ideas for the show to kind of break things apart. So like if there's something drama related going on, I have something to break it apart for to kind of be a palate cleanser. And
Mhm.
it's just the idea that I have those ideas, but it's not something like I think about a lot. And even when we do like even for example with this stuff, it's just something that like if this was like 5 years ago, talk about improvement, right? This was 5 years ago. I'd be
Mhm.
watching back that stream probably five more times, getting certain things about it. Now I have a little more. Well, especially with my work, I could be a little more. If I really do need to focus on one particular thing, I could look into it. But it's rare when I do that. Um, it's just something that if I need, like, usually the most time I think about something is the prepping. If I'm prepping on a movie, if I'm prepping on a specific topic, whether it be drama or not, I prep for it. But then after I'm done, I just, because I'm like thinking, if I missed anything, it wasn't that important. It wasn't as important because usually I try to have the most important things I wanted to address be on there.
Mhm.
Um, but it's just something, and again, it took me a long time to do that. And I could see with you how you would have because again, you're talking about more serious matters. Like this is fucking child's play, no pun intended, compared to what you do. So I could understand why you have to think about things and all that because it
Right.
could be more important. Because this stuff is not. This is petty YouTube bullshit. This is nothing that is like what's the word I'm looking for? It's nothing to be fully taken seriously at the end of the day. The people that take it seriously are usually the problem.
Mhm.
I do it and I wait for the next episode, or I do this or I do that. And there are times I'll listen to certain things because it gives me content. Like the stream this past Saturday. Like the main reason why I listened to it, I was going to go in there. I'll be full transparent. The only thing I did tell someone was I didn't know. I was kind of back and forth on it, but
Mhm.
I thought, well, even if I don't go in, I have content to work with,
Mhm.
and it's the same thing probably with him, but again, I'm fully transparent that is content that I'm going to work on. He will try to say, oh, well, I was trying to be left alone. I'm like, yeah, but you're still getting bothered by it. I'm just looking for content to use.
Mhm.
Like, yes, I can't share screen it or react to it technically because he's going to try to copyright claim it. That's
Most likely.
fine. So that's just how it is. The fact is that it's just the idea that like I fully know that this is going to be content
Mhm.
for whatever show, and it just doesn't have to be him. It could be somebody else. If they don't like what I'm doing on the show and they want to make videos, that's content for me to use. Tom and me made a fucking tradition of this. Whenever, like, if ever anybody had a problem with how we did our show or how we ran it, or if they had an issue with one of us directly, we would use that for content. And that's just how we operated.
Mhm.
That's how the Outcast is going to operate now, just with me mainly being the one to operate it.
Yeah.
Now let me go and look at the chat because I've been.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Respond, motherfucker. You're going like a
uh,
20-minute monologue.
yeah, I know, right? I used to think about how chat was and my engagement and watch time. That's my only evidence of success. Everything else is overthinking. You need to go by data. We didn't have time to review the previous episode. I did look at the data and response, and that's how I came up with my ideas. It was live reviews. That's how I judged the Outcast. If chat really likes something, I would find ways to improve it. It's much like how a wrestler cuts in a promo. You should never go in streams. Always respond and use their videos. You can modify the video. It's not hard. Very true.
Yeah, I
Like I
already
know
know
he's
that.
gonna still try to do something, but that is an option. Um, and it's just like I said, it's just the idea that, excuse me, these are things like like it's with me. I'm engaged, but I'm not like I'm engaged for the content. I'm not engaged
Mhm.
because, oh my god, again when he said and I'll say it here because I don't give a fuck, the 141 line. I was like, okay, it makes sense because you've been hanging around people who like docs, so like the docs, so that doesn't really surprise me. However, I'm like, okay, I'm like, it's whatever. I've been doxxed before, you know. I just clip it and be like, okay, well, I just have this for evidence because he does have a history of removing the streams. I'm actually
Mhm.
shocked he hasn't removed it. I'm actually proud of him that he did not yet. Who
Mhm.
knows? He could be doing it right now. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
I just see it. I just see your guys' banter because like I said, I'm in the YouTube random world. Like I go to different live streams, and there's a lot of different people that I guess have the same issues. So I see it in different communities. Like, oh, this guy dislikes this guy because this guy said this, and it's in every community I see. That's why when I see it, I'm like, it's just drama. It's just people having a difference of opinion that some people take it to the heart a little bit more, or someone found out this guy did this and this guy did that, so we're gonna call it out and we're gonna make a video of it. And some people might take it more serious than others and stuff like that. So when I see it, I see it as entertainment for the most part.
yeah,
And
and
I
that's
might throw my little jabs, like the whole little aggressive shit. That shit made me laugh for a long ass time. Uh,
yeah,
and and it's just for me, it's entertainment. For you guys, it's more like you guys do have a little bit of a rivalry. But like I said with Chase, I told Chase like, hey, I don't hate none of you guys. You guys are all normal people in my mind with the little path. But that's all I see on all of you guys. That everybody has their downfalls sometimes, and they as long as they improved each other, you're good in my books. But other people might. not think like that.
Well, and yeah, I like when this whole thing started. I'll admit, it was a. I would look at it as more of a rivalry type thing.
I do
I
that
look at
sometimes.
I came to the realization that why not market it? Why not make it entertaining? Like, I'm all for and anybody who says, well, that means you're cloud chasing or you're doing it for views. If you're on YouTube, if you're on any type of social media, if you're on Twitch, if you're on Kick, I don't even know if that's the thing anymore. If you're on
Mhm.
MySpace, if you're on fucking whatever that, what was that? What was that one app that WWE marketed many years ago, but that was gone. Fuck, I can't think about it. I can't
Mhm.
think of it. Whatever it was.
I
Tout.
know.
There we go. Tout. Um. Anyway, um, the whole idea is we're all on all parts of social media to be seen, whether we like to admit it or not. We all want to be seen, whether that's to educate, to entertain, but what like without the views, we're just talking to ourselves. Without the banter, we're just talking to ourselves. That's what the line what I find laughable about when people say I or other people are clout
Mhm.
chasing, right? We all clout chase. We all are wanting attention. We just may want the attention in different ways. Oh, look at how cute my dog looks. Look how good I look in a suit. Oh, look at my girl. Look at my boyfriend. What have you? Look at my fucking nice mansion. Look at the dinner I just ate. Look at my breakfast. Oh, look at the book I'm reading. Please like this post. It's that's just how it is.
Mhm.
And and so with that, to turn this and to make it into more entertainment. And yes, it does give me great joy to see him get so angry about all this. I will like when you talked about the kicking while or kicking the person or whatnot. It does give me great joy to see the person taking it more
Mhm.
seriously than it should be. Because I always make this comment: if I'm this, I'm that. If I'm mentally fucked in the head, or whatever the other phrases is, why
Mhm.
do you let somebody like that get to you? That's just something that
Mhm.
I always find laughable with me, is because that is something that is, again, hypocritical. Again, I could say the same thing about myself with some other people, but I've learned to try to use it as entertainment and use it for content. I'll
Yes.
put it to you this way. You know, if if Ulysses doesn't respond to anything, comments, videos, streams, I run out of content, or even if he's trying to bully people behind the scenes, I have no content to use. Yes, I have the old content from 5 years ago, but I have no content to use.
Mhm.
And it's just like today, I even brought this up to Lennon when I received screenshots of him making being how he is with Lennon. I put this on the community post. You know, I'm truly like today I wasn't thinking to myself, man, I want to talk about Ulysses again. But he is like the gift that keeps on giving, because it's just like literally I don't wake up and think to myself, oh, how am I going to make a video? How am I going to make a community post? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? It's like these things are just gift wrapped and handed to me, and it's
Mhm.
funny because I'm like
Yeah.
thinking, huh?
Go ahead. No, you keep going. I said,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just something that I find hilarious because it's like it's just consistent content. Like, and I'll say his name for the record. Like, if I really wanted an easy target, I could just consistently go after Kevin because I know Kevin is always going to respond. Like he'll respond more than Ulysses does. So it's so if I really wanted really easy content to make, because I still get stuff about him talking shit and whatnot. It's not like I don't know, but it's just the idea that like that would kind of prove the idea that I'm consistently trying to make posts or doing all this. It's just like, okay, this person's not. I'll maybe joke about it on the stream, but as far as anything else, I'm like, you know. But that would like that's the epitome of going after someone who's really easy to
Mhm.
get content out of.
Yeah. So,
Because I,
Cypress,
go ahead.
let me respond to Cypress real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand your viewpoint, like doxing and trolling and the difference and all that. I don't condone it when it's like an innocent person. Like if it's someone that maybe sits like called you a bitch or something, and you're gonna dox them, then I think that's not right. But like me personally, we use I guess we don't dox. We get the information, and so we're able to locate, the precise police department that the person that we're going after lives at, because we don't want to call random police stations. So like for us, we don't. I guess I don't know if you consider, like, for me, from what I read the description, doxing was to using information for malicious intent. We I don't want to say never. We have maybe done it once or twice to like well known predators. We've like contact their families, shit like that. But I don't know if that's um, considered doxing. We try to get the family involved and shit like that. But like like I said, we might have done it once or twice to like well known predators, but like Stanley, and but to dox the family, we like, no, we don't do that. We try our best not to involve other people, just mainly the main person that we're going after. But we have sent food to one predator, and he's one of the guys that wanted to have sex with a 6-year-old, and fuck that guy. No,
Well, I've always said this, and Sloppy, you also know my opinions on it. I've always said this. I don't condone it. However, on the other hand, if it's a piece of shit like that the law ain't going to do nothing for, I'm not saying that someone needs to go and shoot the motherfucker, but sometimes
shoot him.
you need to take, and I also go by the stance that anybody who is a predator or the R word should either be like thrown to the firing squad or fucking have their dick chopped off or their pussy sewed shut. One or the other, because it's not all men that are predators. We all know this. Granted, men are kind of the big percentage of predators, but it still is, can go both ways. However, like I've talked to you about this lobby, why I left certain groups because of certain things they were doing. I literally said, when people were docs or when they were doxing certain people, I'm like, I may not like them and I may think they may be weird, but I don't think they're this. Like if it's someone like, I'll say his name, Hero, I don't care. And he's literally made life a living hell for all these different people, constantly harassing, stalking them, and all this other shit. Again, it's like, for example, I don't like wherever Ulysses is. I don't care where he lives. I don't care if it's nicer or worse than mine. I don't care. I don't care where he works. He could be working at some high-end job or he could be working at a fucking pizza place. Oh, wait, I forgot. He already did that. I've done that too, so I can't really be too mean. My
Yeah,
point,
can't touch it.
I've always had respect for the kitchen. It's like when with my photography stuff, I go to restaurants sometimes and do that, right? And
So
like I'm probably treated differently than other people that do the same job because I'm one of them. Like especially downtown on the Riverwalk, when you work down there, it doesn't matter if it's a new face. When they know you've worked there, or worked on the Riverwalk or worked in a restaurant downtown, you're one of them, and that's like a bond. It's like basically like if you're in the military. I'm not saying it's very different scenarios, but the brotherhood is always there. But it's just the idea that You know, like I don't care where he works. I don't care where he lives. I don't care what he ate yesterday. I don't care who he hung out with. I don't care. It's the idea that like I guess the best way to describe it, he got upset. I guess what started it again. I made a joke about it because he openly has admitted he spent thousands of dollars on tickets of WrestleMania. And I made a little joke about it because I thought it was funny because again, I got someone told me that he was sitting in the nosebleeds, and I made a joke about him paying $3,000 for a nosebleed section. It was just something and that I thought was funny. And then I thought it was funny that while on vacation, he was bothered by it. And I'm like thinking, dude, if I'm on vacation, you're not what like YouTube is the farthest thing from my thought process. If anything, the only thing I may be doing YouTube wise is maybe making content if it's like a buddy of mine. Like if somebody from YouTube comes down, we want to make a video or something. Like Dragon and me have, like we've been talking about, like doing an exhibition type thing where we do boxing, grappling, and ground game, right?
He's gonna beat
And
you up.
I've said Dragon's a bad motherfucker. I said the ground game and the grappling, I may have the advantage on. Striking, that's going to be interesting. I can't say who will
Okay.
but I think he's someone that even if he whoops my ass, I'm not going to feel ashamed or have my ego bruised by it. I'm just going to be like, you know what, the better man won.
Yeah.
Because at least somebody wants to fight me, I guess. Even if it's more of a exhibition type stuff, but at least somebody has the guts to do that.
Uh-huh. So question, Chayton, because this one's the main one right here. When you after you make your video on the 14th and all that, and you say and your guest says what he wants to say and all that, if I guess Chase responds, or if he doesn't respond, what's next? Are you gonna still kind of throw jabs, or the beef over? What's like we never got the response on the end game.
I may do like kind of like how we do with Leon. I may throw a jab every once in a while. If he doesn't respond. And he could not respond for 2 weeks. He could not respond for 3 weeks. He could not respond for a month. Maybe 6 months down the line, he's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot. I need to respond to him." So like I am prepared if he doesn't respond, and if he doesn't, well, I gotta figure out what the because again, I don't even expect like the next stream after to be about that. I don't expect episode 3 to be about that. I'm like right now I'm only focused on the first episode, see what does good, what doesn't do good. Take what does do good and use it for the next episode. So that's literally what I'm focused on that. So like for example, if he is not doing what's the word I'm looking for? If he doesn't respond, but like if people like the little jabs or anything like that, I may make that a segment to just joke about it later on. If people like that part, if people didn't like that part, then I could just be like, okay, well, people liked, I don't know, if Brian did come on, the Alabama Slammer, like I could fucking have a segment with Brian after. People like that segment, bring him on for next week. It's more an idea of what works and what doesn't, because it's the first episode. Nobody like for the whole 3 hours until my guests come in, nobody could even come on. And I've said the link is open for anybody, friend, foe, or indifferent. If you have a problem with me or if you have a critique, then you can come in. If I don't even know you, as long as you respect the rules, and there is really not that many rules, then you're more than welcome to come in. If you're just coming in to chill and we have a discussion about things, then that's good too. But like I said, I'm going to have segments throughout the show. Like I already have the opening segment and the monologue segment, which is going to be about basically what happened this past Saturday in more detail. And after that, I'm gonna have Jacob's Ladder, hopefully, probably after that, depending on what time he can come in. I'm gonna have him come in and tell us how his day is. And then I'm still thinking of top like segments to do, because it's because again it's first episode, so it's gonna be the big one. So it's gonna be like I'm gonna try to throw everything at the wall and see what sticks, and then use that and amplify that for the next episode. So to make I know I went long on on this answer, but basically it all depends on what the people like and what the people don't like. And
Mhm.
if they want a segment where I can find a way to use him for content, even without him making content, but still make it entertaining, I will. If
Mhm.
not, well, oh well. I can kind of go because I also have a segment regarding him that if it does well, it's going to be a weekly segment, uh, with or without it, because I have
Yeah.
the ability. And Tom, I think, has an idea of what I'm referring to. Again, he's not a part of the show, but I have given him some pinpoints, and David some pinpoints of what segments I'm going to use.
You
Uh,
crazy.
so it's just stuff like I said. Not everybody's going to like it, but I look at it this way. And Tom, David, a lot of people from back in the day can test it. Hell, even Adam. Like
Mm.
people, like loved watching that show, and there were people who didn't like it because of some of the things we did on that show. I guarantee you one thing, though, to everybody: the people who don't like it, they're still going to be watching. And that's why I said before when I made the announcement, if you have a problem with the show, come in, we can have a discussion, make a cope stream, and we'll market it, or just simply don't watch. Simple as
Mm.
that.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're gonna have people that dislike you. No matter what, like it's gonna happen regardless. I just see it. Like I said, me personally, I see you guys' streams as entertainment because it gets the juices flowing, and it's just something that I guess the viewers, I guess, might want to see. Uh, Ulysses maybe responds, he doesn't. You respond, you don't. For us, the viewers, we if we don't see it here, we'll see it somewhere else. That's
Yeah.
what I guess what I'm trying to say. Like if you guys talk about random stuff and it's not drama and it's just kind of like normal stuff, most likely I'll be watching it, but I'll be like, all right, okay, it's the entertainment. They're making me laugh, whatever jokes, stuff like that. But others might be like, man, where's the arguing? Where's the fighting? Where's this?
Yeah.
Where's that? And to be honest, that's what a lot of people are expecting, most likely.
Well, I have,
Um,
what's funny? You just gave me another idea.
oh
I know
shit!
you talked about this
Better pay me for
before.
that. Better
I'll
pay me
thank
for
you for
that.
this. I'll get,
No, 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 pay me for that.
pay. What's your rate?
uh, 200.
$200.
Yeah,
Damn,
that's
you're
it.
cheaper than Tom. It's not
Oh, yeah.
if this is the whoring game, sloppy, you're worth more than $200.
Once in a while,
Tom wanted
depends
to be
on
charged.
like the
Tom
week.
wants to charge me $2,000 for his ideas.
Oh shit! Yeah,
But but
that's.
uh, but no. I know a lot of people from back in the day wanted to see the finale of A. Woodley versus K. Father on UFC. And I
Mhm.
recently reinstalled UFC 5. And of course, I still have the characters still in the game and all that.
Mhm.
So I may do I'll pre record it, of course, but I'll do a live commentary on the show of the fight on the Outcast as the grand finale for people to watch. Because again, there are not like thousands of people or hundreds of people. There have been people that wanted to that were bummed that didn't see the finale of that, since I think they were one win apiece.
Yeah,
So
one. I
yeah,
remember.
so I'm gonna do that on the Outcast live, react to it again. I'll record the gameplay. It'll be computer and computer, so whoever wins doesn't matter. It's gonna be a fair thing. I'm not gonna play as a Woodley. It's gonna be
Mhm.
fair.
Yeah,
And yeah, and we're gonna see who the king is of the lizard tribe really will be. Um, I may do it in the octagon to make it, because I think I think they fought in the lizard cave, and then
Yeah, yeah.
they fought. So like they fought in the backyard. So now they
There
need
has
to
to be.
find.
Is there a location in England in that game?
I think the O2 Arena. So I think that's in there. So yeah, I'll do it there. Perfect.
Yeah, yeah. Come on,
So
making it
yes,
at home.
and I know, and again, going back to the idea, I know some people are going to not like me doing that. Well, you know what? Again, you're still going to be watching. So it's like it and all that.
Cypress
So
said
it's,
that if you could get him and Romy.
are we talking in game? Or are we talking, are we,
Nah,
oh, we're talking like kind of like a repeat. That would be, I would probably say you would need to ask him or have Jordan ask him.
no. It has to
'Cause
be. It has to be Nick Infante against Romy.
oh my God. No, you know what,
I'm just
Tom?
kidding.
If we could get it, if we could do it, the
Sorry,
Mortal Kombat movie's
Nick.
coming. The follow up Mortal Kombat movie's coming out in October. If we can get like now, this all depends because if both of you like the movie, then that's one thing. But it would be funny though if you didn't like the movie and he does. That would be a great difference of or a great contrast from the last one. If we could try to do it November, December time, I am also going to have an announcement on that stream, a big announcement going into that out. That's also going to be the opening segment, so we're going to break certain things apart. But
Oh, no.
if we could get a debate again between you two for Mortal Kombat 2, the movie in
Oh,
November,
nasty.
December time, that would be great.
Who
Actually,
liked that
so
movie? Did Cypress like that movie?
yeah, like
Oh, that ass
I liked
movie.
it too. I still prefer the '95 original. It's a classic amount of cheese I like. My girl and I were watching Toxic Avenger. If you want to see something cheesy but also very politically incorrect, that's a movie. It's from the '80s or '90s.
Like
Um,
Blazing Saddles or what?
huh?
Blazing Saddles, same type of movie.
N- uh, no, I don't. I think this is even worse because let's just say there's a kid that gets run over by a car in the movie, and
Oh
it's all
shit.
for sport. And the
Mhm.
lead guy is mentally, I'll use a word from Ulysses, mentally fucked in the head, and all that. Basically, about a guy who is mentally fucked in the head. He's bullied at his work, and he gets tossed into a vat of chemical waste, and he becomes a savior of the people.
Hmm.
It's again, it's very, very offensive. Like again, I'm shocked this movie's getting remade because that movie was very, very offensive. Like I was
Hmm.
watching it earlier today, and me and my girl have a very fucked up sense of humor, so I figured she would like it. So she did have a good time with it. So I'm going to plan on showing her the sequels because I think the next one he goes to China.
China.
Yeah, China.
China.
So
China.
yeah, um, I am gonna try to have a segment with my girl on it, but you know she's always kind of on and off. Like she knows about what's going on. She laughs at it. She thinks it's funny. She gets it. You know, like any insults anybody throws at her, she gets it. It's not something that she gets bothered by.
Like Cat
Um,
Cypress.
so that's really about it. Why do you say China like Trump? But yeah, we'll
China.
try to do it. I'll try to China. Maybe we could do the episode with you and Romy in China.
In China.
Well,
You
with ExpressVPN, we could always make it look like we're in China.
Arthur's in Japan, so you guys could kind of meet up over there.
Oh yeah, yeah. We could eat some wasabi and
He hit me up out of nowhere. He hit me up today, right? And he said, "Yo," and then I responded back, and then he never responded back. I'm like, "What the fuck? Why
he
are you
does that
messaging me?"
sometimes. Like I'll hear like he'll message me like he'll message me. We'll have a talk about something, and then other days he'll just send me links to a video or something. It just
Like,
he's random about that. I kind of like that because I don't hear from him that often. it's like I'll hit him up if I need to talk to him about something or whatever. But like it just depends on the scenario.
No,
But
yeah, I'm like, what the
but
fuck, man? You made me
but
go look at my Discord. Mm.
yeah, I think the only time I ever use Discord is whenever I message you. Other than that, I don't really, or if I'm sharing something, I rarely use
Oh,
I rarely use like literally stuff. I think that's the only like because again, I know you don't release your other socials, and I respect that. I
yeah,
never pry that from you. So it's like I think to myself, well, if ever somebody needs to get a hold of me, or if I need to get a hold of him, we have that open communication, and and
I'll just call
since
your
I
phone
don't use
number.
this, since Discord doesn't really take a lot off my phone or whatnot, I'm not
Uh-huh.
really. It's not somewhere I'm like, oh yeah, I just don't use it a lot.
I'll just call you on the phone or something on my text now number.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like make sure it's from China. I'll definitely answer if it's from there.
Yeah, no, I'll make sure it's from San Antonio or something or Houston or.
I know it reminds me of that one guy that he literally thought I called him through my actual phone number, and I'm like thinking, you dumbass, I used your area code, you dumb fuck. How'd you not know
Oh,
it was from that?
oh, Daniel. Yeah, Daniel's
Yeah,
still there all over the internet world
hit me up
crying and
about
shit.
his channel sweatshirt. I was hoping to work. Well, I'm sorry, Cyber. I guess he doesn't give a shit about his fans. But with that, I'm gonna get going because yeah, we're about to hit the 2 hour mark. I'm going to do what I always do if I ever am on a stream. I'm going to get off, play some games, and well, actually, I'm going to do some cleaning too. So that's
Yeah,
also what I'm doing.
clean your
Um,
toilet, Chayton. From what I hear, so your toilet's like
oh
Brian
yeah,
Absher.
yeah. It's
That shit.
so like my apartment is such a wreck. It took me 9 hours to clean just my bedroom. Like that was the other, I think I
Ah.
know. I think I know like what he was referring to.
Mm,
He talked. I think he was going to show something about my part, and I'm like thinking to go back
I'm
to that whole thing is you could show something from like 4 or 2 years ago, right? And yeah, that may have been an off week for me. My apartment may be in a mess at the time. We have those times where we come home, we work, especially if we live by ourselves or whatnot, and we just don't want to do shit
mhm,
and all that. And nowadays, especially since I have my girl with me, I try to make sure the place is up to speed. But it's like even if he showed that and it was the most disgusting thing in the world, I can guarantee you one thing: it's nothing like Brian Absher's. If
mhm,
we're comparing here, I will gladly take what if my toilet looked like complete shit, I would gladly take that over fucking Brian
mhm,
Absher's area. But I will say this though, like he could show that and I could be like, yeah, yeah, you know what? That week I I wasn't in the mood to clean, and you know what? I was fucking good with it, because I think I had that one chick over, but I was like, she stayed, she didn't care, so I was like, okay, fine. She's not complaining because I guarantee if she was, she probably would have left already. And
mhm,
I was like, okay, I'm just gonna be lazy this week. I'm week off or vacation or have a few extra days off. I just want to fucking relax. And like literally, he could show to say, "Ha ha ha! I got you. You have look at how shitty your apartment is," and then literally days late or the next day, I could be like, "Hey everybody, look at my apartment. Look at my toilet. Look at my bathtub. Look at it this way. Look at it this way." Be like, "Oh well, this looks bad. We live in the ghetto. It is what it is. But I'd be like,
yeah,
"Hey, you know, I don't. What do you call it? Like that type of stuff. Even if he did that, I would have been like, all right, you know,
crazy.
because also I look at it this way. Mason's been to my place. Dan's been to my place. Dragon's been to my place. My girl's been living with me for almost a year here. Trust me, like anything he would show, nothing is going to worry me because the people that do matter have actually seen it in the last couple of months, couple like last year. So it's just something that is like that. And also, one last thing. I am perfectly happy living in the ghetto in my shitty ass apartment, paying what I pay for my rent, which is not Section 8 nor disability because I am on no disability. If you read the print of that medical record, it said it was advised to be on medical, but I do not want a handout. I want to work. I want to work for my money. That's not an insult to
Yeah.
anybody who does have disability, but it's just the idea that I want to work for my money. If I'm willing and able to work, then I want to work. Now,
Mm-hmm.
but I am happily happy. I know it's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Being in the ghetto, living in my apartment, and being with the woman I love and the dogs I love. I don't need to have a fancy house or fancy apartment or anything because it's not it's not where you live or where you what you do that make it's how it makes you happy. And trust me, I am perfectly happy in where I am.
Yeah.
Anybody could talk shit, anybody could do that. Just know that I'm going to be sitting here and I'm going to be enjoying my home. And that's all that matters because that may not be where you want to live, but that is some people, and look at it this way. I look at it this way. I am grateful because a lot of people would kill for my position right now, even if it's something as small as the ghetto. People would kill. I got people down the street that are homeless that would probably kill to get where they get a roof over their head, to have central air, to have running water, to have this, to have that, not rely on the rain to fucking bathe them.
Brian Asher. That's Brian
Yeah,
Asher
yeah.
right there.
Like look at it this way. I could happily, you know, I could happily be living here. You know what?
What's up, girl
I at least
gamer?
have I at least have running water. So it's something that, I am fortunate enough to have those things because a lot of people don't.
Mm-hmm.
And to be truly happy, that's something money can't buy. But with that, Sloppy, I appreciate everybody in the chat.
For sure.
Um, and what do you call it? Oh, sorry, sorry, oh, he will pay the person who sends it 10% of the 80. Well, at me first. But let's see. He says your apartment is irrelevant since they had nothing to do with the issues he has with you. Those children will just like bring up relevance just to just as a way to talk. Exactly. And that's something, I've always said I'm fully transparent. I'm blunt as fuck regarding things, you know, like again, dox me, I don't fucking care. And come at me, that's again, 99% of people won't do that shit. So it's just like nothing like that is irrelevant. And again, I just I've always said this, and I'll leave it with this. I always think the reason why there's people that do not like me or hate me, not just because they don't like me, because there are people who just don't like me for no reason whatsoever. But I think because I'm transparent, I am blunt. I'm like I may not be telling everybody, hey, this is where I work, or hey, this is this or this that, but I don't sugarcoat anything, and I'm happy doing it. I think that's something people don't understand because everybody on the internet wants to be big time players, millionaires, fucking badasses, what have you. And it's just something that I never understand because again, you're gonna be like that on the internet, but then you're like I used to be one of those people, just to be transparent again. I used to think that was like that I took myself way too seriously on the internet. Now I don't. I look at things differently. Markability, profit. And in profit, I mean like content. And that's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, don't like it? Well, you know where the door is. But anyway, Sloppy, it's been
For
2 hours.
sure.
I'm pretty sure you're going to end it soon. So, I'm going to get going. But
For
you
sure.
have a good rest of your night, brother. And we will talk
Yeah.
again soon. Till
For
then,
sure.
ta ta.
Peace. Yep. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Me personally, Money, when it comes to money, financial stuff like that, uh, it's like whatever. Uh, Happiness is what you make it. Uh, some people like to go and travel. Me, I waste a lot of money on traveling, but that's my mine and my family's, I guess, vice. Some people like going to, buy clothes. So, like, I can't bash anyone when what they do with their money. Can you read my which one? I can only see this one. I can read this comment, but that's pretty much it. What's up, girl gamer? I think someone gave me what you call it, a gifted membership, I think, or was it at in Keith's? I don't know. Someone, Amelia's and Keith's. I'm a member now for a month, so whoever gave me those member gifts is always good. Oh man, you said that a long time ago, but Leon is hiding. Well, not hiding, but he's in his little world with 16 subscribers. Um, he's gonna ignore us allegedly. He's gonna not mention us. He's going to do his own content without acknowledging us over here, the illegals, the illegal Mexican guy over here. But yeah, but yeah, like I don't like I don't bash I don't like bashing on people when it comes to financials. Um, Everybody has their vice, what they like to spend their money on. Some people like buying DVDs. Some people like buying wrestling belts. To me, it's cool. Like that's a hobby. Buying DVDs is a hobby. Buying belts is a hobby. Some people might think it's childish. I don't. I think it's cool. Stuff like that. I like bio merchandise. Hey, you gotta get that Exlenium shirt, man. That's the top of the line stuff right there, made in China. So the terrorists might the shirt might, instead of 80 is gonna cost 90. So you gotta be careful. Be careful with the merchandise on Keith's channel. I think, yeah. So I'm gonna go on Keith's channel and say what's up tomorrow if he streams. I'm gonna be like, I'm a member now. Keith, you better say what's up to me. But I could have, like, me personally, when it's an open chat, like that's why I didn't even have a topic. It's let's chat, open chat. I could have Chase here, and he could talk with me about his trip to Vegas. I would have been amused by it because I go to Vegas quite often, so I would have asked a lot of questions. If he wanted to talk about other stuff, he could have talked about other stuff. Anybody that joins my streams and they want to talk about whatever they want to talk about, you could do it. Just know that if you talk about something that you talk about someone else, then they could respond if they want to. If they want to join and respond on here, they can. I don't hide nobody. I don't wait for one to finish for the other one to start. I know it was a very, uh, I guess, drama infused conversation today, but I gave my thoughts. I think for us viewers, it's entertainment. Like, we will giggle, we'll laugh at the jokes that they say, we'll state our opinions on certain situations, and that's all we could do. That's why I don't like the videos that Chase showed, the videos that Chase showed to me, because they're 4 or 5 years ago, and it was about non-predatorial stuff. To me, it's like, as long as they change, I'm cool with them. As long as they're cool with me, I'm cool with them. I'm not. If they were like harassing kids and stuff like that, then yeah, of course I'm gonna think differently. But from the videos I seen, it was not that. So, fighting each other. Someone hates this guy. That, to me, that's entertainment. I'm sure that's what they were trying to do. Get people to watch drama, and I'm one of them. Like I always say, I enjoy drama. Uh, I could make situations in my channel a little bit like that. 95% of my content is me talking shit about predators and showing evidence about these people. But occasionally, when I want to get away from that for like a day or two, I'll do one of these, and hear other people's situations instead of mine, which I enjoy because then that means I get relieve some stress from the stuff I see. So I get to listen to other people's situations, and it kind of I get to go home a little bit happier. I'm like, look at those losers, they're fighting. I'm just kidding. They're fighting over there. He called him a bitch, and he called him a loser. So but anyone's welcome as long as you don't porn bomb my stream. You're welcome to come in and deter or change a conversation. I'm not when it's like this. When it's open, I don't have a set conversation. So if one day someone wants to come in and talk about wrestling, I'll listen to them and give my 10% knowledge of it, and then that's it. But so if people don't like it, I apologize. I this my channel is like it varies sometimes. Most of the time it's about Preds, but occasionally there'll be about other situations, other topics. I've had some guy named Silver Lugia here admit that he eats boogers. So I have Insane Gaming coming in here talking about other stuff. I've had Brian Apsher come here and show his messed up house. I've had Zexio here. Me and him laugh about random ass shit. I've had other predator or ex predator hunters come in here and have a chat. Whoever wants to come in are always welcome to come in. Uh, and sometimes I feel like it's good because then that leaves me away from always having to talk. Like right now, I gotta just think out of the fly to what to say. So I do appreciate the people that come in, the people that watch, the people that engage in the chat. Because if it wasn't for you guys, I would have been stuck thinking of what to say. And shit, I appreciate it. And all the bad people in the internet world, f you. Yeah. But yeah, 2 hours. See, I'm telling you, I always say 1 hour, but I guess these open chats could easily be 4 hours, 5 hours. But I'm glad that they're not, because then I'll be like the same people that I was talking shit about last year. But yeah, Leon, you're a bitch. Brian Apsher, you're a bitch. Havoc, I'm still debating, but I saw a video about you. I don't want to play it because I don't know who's the creator of it, and I don't want to get copyright strike, so I won't. I won't play it. But I've seen it, and yeah, it sounds like it was Maya Glaze that did it. Maya Glaze made that video, but I don't know. Seems like it's someone that dislikes you 10 days ago. I'm still waiting to see what your lawyer said or what you respond, but I'm guessing it's going to be delayed. Shout out to all the ex predator hunters. Sad to see you guys go, but we are still here strong. Minus Zexio. Zexio's sleeping most likely. But besides that, it was a long ass 2 hours and 18 minutes. Cypress, appreciate you coming in. I know your deep throat wouldn't allow you to come in to chat. Girl Gamer, always a pleasure. You've been one of the first ones that came to my streams, so I always appreciate you. That's why you have the mod. Caucasian, always trolling. Appreciate you. Happy Mother's Day. I'm still a little iffy about you. You remind me of Brian Deliver You the Good sometimes. So yeah. Damaka, first time I see that name, so welcome. If you didn't get your answer, I apologize. We were in discussion. Let's see who else. Soviet, Always a pleasure. You're always here all day, every day. So I appreciate you. News TV reporter 7.0. Also appreciate you coming in. Hopefully, people don't copyright strike your stuff. Mystical, always a pleasure. I see you. I see you. Who else? I think that's it. Yeah. Caucasian, Mystical, Cypress. Pink Lives Matter. I see you. I see you. I see you. Ryder Wilson. I see you. Giselle. Appreciate you coming in. Ultimate Gamer. Thank you for stopping by. Blue Falcon Latios. Don't eat your boogers. Get that in order, Blue Falcon. Nick Infante, I was messing around about you versus Romy Part 2. I'm just messing around. I just saw a video about it and it made me laugh. So don't take it serious. Joey from DK Oldies. I know you're an alt, but I appreciate you coming in. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Brian is Trailer Park Trash. Who's Brian? Brian is this guy, Girl Gamer. I'll show you. It's this guy. That's Brian. That's Brian. Brian the hillbilly. He wants to penetrate kids, and he has this house um, full of poo poo. But yeah, yeah, no, he is a very scary looking dude. But his house is worse. If you think his face is bad, his house is worse. I don't recommend you seeing how his toilet looks because you will throw up. But yeah, besides that, man, yeah, he is a sick P3DO. But besides that, yeah, appreciate it. Next one most likely will be about a pred or something. Today, I just wanted to steer away from, predator talking or P3DOs. I wanted it to be a little bit different, so I decided to just have a little chat with people. Whatever people wrote on the chat, I would have responded and talk about that. So yeah, thanks guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. All right, I'm out of here. There's full pedal here on YouTube, and that thing is YouTube did nothing. Yeah, there's a lot of them. Girl Gamer Resi, and you've dealt with one before. That John Davis. John Davis is still around, hiding in different sock accounts, saying some fucked up shit. It was fun stream. Thanks for letting me on, Floppy. Yeah, for sure. Anytime. Any like I said, anybody's welcome, as long as you don't porn bomb my stream. You could say whatever you want. If you don't like me, if you don't like whoever is in the chat, you could come in and say whatever the fuck you want, as long as you don't porn bomb me. All right, I'm out of here before people start commenting more. Good night.